Hello, my name is TviQ and I'm from Florida Mayhem and I'm here to answer your questions about the Overwatch League Access Pass. Uh, First question from Philip Kant Game. How did you get your name TviQ? Well, kind of funny story. I kind of, wanted to get some sort of nickname to, I don't know, just basically getting a nickname. And I had a broken keyboard at the time, and I was just basically rolling my head on the keyboard. I mean, this is not the first iteration of the name. It's just something that came to be basically. It just developed as the time went on. Kind of stupid, but I like it. Second question's from Bonsai Bon Overwatch. Are there any tricks to fire duels that aren't as obvious, specifically predicting movement for a direct hit? There really isn't much that you can just say that would directly help you, other than having a very good management of your fuel, assuming that you won't just run out of fuel and you start dropping straight down to the ground. What you kind of want to do is that making sure that once your fuel is about to start running out, you want your rocket jump back up, so you either can fall a little bit and then fly straight up again. While you're basically rocket jumping, you're regaining fuel again, so you can keep staying up in the air, so you don't just fall like a brick straight down to the ground. I guess that would be the best trick, I guess, in a fire duel that I can give. Third question from Ventus Leonidas. What is the most important lesson you have learned in the Overwatch League? It's cold on stage, and it's very, very important lesson. It's very cold on stage, and yeah, that's basically it. It's just very cold on stage. You need to make sure that you stay warm. Fourth question, Stanley Face. How were you able to get good with so many heroes? That's a little bit of a tricky question, because that it's not that you just become good with many different heroes. It has basically taken a really long time. It's not something that I would overly recommend for other people to do, basically, because it takes such a ridiculous amount of time to get to a comfortable position to be able to play many different heroes, all with a regarding towards meta shifts and other similar things like that, where I mean, I've been playing the game for a really long time, and I've been putting a lot of hours into it. And it's basically just comes from practice, but also recognizing that what other people might be doing might just be more effective or more efficient, I guess I should say, when it comes to just overall gameplay, where maybe it's something that just very small things that you gotta be looking in other people. It's getting really good with so many heroes. It really comes down to being able to learn from what other people are doing, because they are going to have more hours. If you say, well, people would basically be one-tricking Tracer, for an example, because that's a really good hero to basically one-trick, because you can play it in a lot of situations. And going into that, there's many Tracers that, all the Tracers play very differently. You just have to realize what it is exactly that makes their play styles or what they are doing so much better than your own. And then that obviously goes for all heroes. So there's realizing what the hero is capable of, but also realizing how other people are playing it, so that you can learn from other people as well. The fifth question is from Dubstash Gaming. If you had one piece of advice to improve your mechanical skill that isn't just play more, what would it be? Best scenario would just be improving your other your other talents, basically, when it comes to game sense, when it comes to positioning, or just reading reading game situations, because it might not just be that your mechanical skill is lacking. It might just be that you often put yourself in a very awkward position where you might not be able to use your full talent as a mechanical player, where it might just be that you were playing too aggressively, so you couldn't get enough heals, and because of that you feel like your mechanical skill might be lacking. but in reality it really isn't. It just comes down to playing the game properly and positioning and reading the situations properly, and making it sure that you can actually like utilize your whole skill level as a mechanical player, basically. 6 questions from Adrestia 716. What can players do to avoid being discouraged when playing competitively? It's something that is really simple. So I think it's really simple, but it's probably like one of the toughest things to actually do, and that is remaining calm and remaining a positive mental attitude, basically. And if you are, it's something that is ridiculously easy to say, but it's really tough to actually consistently do it through like your whole gaming sessions, whether it comes from just like playing 1 or 2 games or playing for like 8 hours straight. And that is basically the best tip I can give to anyone when it comes to just playing competitively overall. Because if you aren't really like keeping yourself composed or like keeping yourself calm, basically, it often leads to that you overreact to situations, or you take something that someone else might say very personally, and that just like makes it not fun to play the game. And you just gotta make sure that when you're playing the game, you just gotta make sure that it keeps being fun. Otherwise, why really play in the first place? The 7th question: what would I name Orissa's puppy from Paid Actor 2? I would name it Hanzo. Hanzo, definitely Hanzo. I think Hanzo. Next question, number 9. What advice can you give to someone in the lower ranks? Well, I guess best tip I can say is just making sure that you stay positive and having a critical mind towards yourself, meaning that if you feel like it's the team that is kind of letting you down, it doesn't matter even in the slightest. What matters is that you're giving it your all, and you're always looking to improve yourself and not the team. Because when you get into a competitive game, you get in there with 11 different people almost every single time. The only consistent factor is yourself. So the only way to really improve yourself in the lower ranks, other than just like playing the game, continuously playing the game, improving yourself, you just gotta make sure that you yourself take the priority over everybody else when it comes to making the critical mind to yourself, and just keeping yourself as a positive guy or girl. Start Smalls asking, do you prefer cake or pie? Well, I kind of don't really eat much of either of them, because there's in both cake and pie, there's often too many things that I'm allergic to, so I kind of just don't eat either of them. Like, I don't eat much when it comes to sweets as in general, just because I have so many allergies, basically. So that's unfortunate. Next question from Rogue Sif. Hi TviQ. What is the most important thing to remember while playing your hero, defense and offense? Well, it all depends on what role you play and what hero, specifically hero that you play. But I think as a outliner, I guess you can say, is always making sure that you are tracking the enemy's ultimates while also tracking your own ultimates, so that you can put yourself in a good position to make sure that you're not being caught off by the enemy monkey having a monkey ult, basically, where he would just go like straight into your face and just keeping you occupied, or basically just killing you solo. You just gotta make sure that you always have a good track of what enemy team is about to do, and then position yourself properly so that you wouldn't really be caught off by surprises, basically. Because the most important thing in Overwatch is just being consistent, and while you're being consistent, you will lead to more, like a high win percentage. It will lead to more wins, basically. And I guess that's the most important thing really to remember as any role or any hero, whether it comes to defense or offense. Next question from Toxic Nor. What's the hardest thing to adapt to in the US? Well, you see, the thing is like in Sweden we have like lots of kebab, basically, I guess you can say, and there is not much kebab at all here in the US. Well, maybe not in the US, but specifically LA, because this is where we are basically, and there just really isn't much of it, and it's been a tough time, very tough time to adapt to this, and now it's noodle time. Now we just eat noodles. Next question from Sweetie Pie 1502. Who is my favorite hero in the game and why? Well, favorite hero would definitely Hanzo, and with the reasoning Hanzo. Yeah, Hanzo. I think Hanzo. Fitzy Boy. How can an average player like me improve my hit scan and long range play? Well, first off, you gotta realize what it is exactly that needs to be improved, whether it's your aim, whether it's your game sense or positioning, or it's just maybe just trusting your teammates, or like making communication with your teammates, saying that I'm gonna go play X position and I'm gonna need you to come with me so you can damage boost me. Like it kind of like I guess you can say as an outlier, you just gotta recognize where it is you're falling short on, and just basically working on that as much as you possibly can. Amu Stuck. Hey TviQ, what is my favorite map and why? I don't know. I don't really have a specific map, I don't think, but I would definitely say one of the maps that I find the most fun to play would be Hanamura, and that would be because of basically the 2 CP mode, assault mode. Reasoning being basically I just like the mode assault as a whole, because it's more strategic play rather than just raw mechanical skill like Oasis, for an example, who is a control map, and basically just going with the more strategic approaches and just playing more strategic is like how I would like to play my Overwatch, basically. Next question from 0123 Sander. What does my family think of going pro? Wait, that was I think they are very supportive. They've been supporting me ever since I started playing games at a very early age. So, and I've been playing games for a very long time, I guess you can say. And ever since I got the notion of being able to go pro, basically, they were supporting me from 100% ever since I basically started way back in 2016, when Overwatch basically just started, as Overwatch basically is my first esports game, I guess you can say. So it feels really good actually to have your family being able to support you the whole way through. Next question from Goldie Solis. What area in the world would you want the new map to be located? Some fun place where you can play Hanzo, and then more specifically to play Hanzo. I mean, as long as I can play Hanzo, it doesn't matter where the map is. It's just Hanzo. Unicorn Glow. Do you still get nervous when you walk into the stage? Big fan. A little bit, yeah. I mean, I'm not really sure how to specifically describe it, but it's always a little bit nervous when you're about to walk up on stage. It all goes away as soon as you sit down in the chair and start focusing on the game. But yeah, still a little bit. Breezy Overwatch. If you could play only one hero for the rest of your career, who would it be? Yeah, that's a tough one. Hanzo. Yeah, definitely Hanzo. Yeah, it's a tough choice. Gissy, what's my favorite food from home and how do I like LA? Well, you see, the favorite food would definitely be kebab. Yeah, kebab is great, but I do really like LA so far because it's it's just nice that you can just order food, to wherever you are, kind of just be home and be lazy. That's great, just not being able to really leave your apartment or your house. It feels, I don't know, that's really great actually. Be really being a true gamer. Yeah. JJ Dorito, what are some of my favorite animals? Dogs. Doggo. Yes, dogs. Absolutely dogs. Yes. Hanzo. Uh, PogChamp Overwatch. What is my opinion on peanut butter? This is a little bit of a tricky question since I'm very allergic to peanut butter or just peanuts, and it basically would kill me, which is not great. So my opinion is not. I'm not very fond. I don't think. I mean, I've never tried it, so. Yeah, that's very unfortunate. Next question from CFan233. Do I miss Reinforce? I mean, Johnny Boy. It's tough. It's tough without Johnny Boy. We definitely miss Johnny, but maybe soon we'll be reunited in maybe in this World Cup, maybe. But yes, I do miss my Hanzo. Wait, what? I mean Johnny. Yeah, Johnny. Thank you all for watching.